What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Scob channel. We are back to basics today with a little Hearts of Iron 4. I've got kind of an insane plan. As you can see, we are playing as Poland. Poland, who historically was absolutely wrecked in World War II. Just destroyed. Atrocities, conquering, concentration camps. Bad stuff. We're going to try to fix that in this playthrough. We're going to try to alternate history a little bit so that that doesn't happen. And we're going to do that by being the biggest dick we can possibly be to as many people as we can before joining the Allies. Let's take a look at the plan. So if you'll see, first of all, if you see, Poland starts out as neutral. That means we can't really do anything. And we want to do a lot of stuff. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to go over here to the political path, and we're going to want to rush Polish revanchism, or revanchism. Basically what we want to do this for is that it gives us the generate war goal tension limit minus 40%. This means that we can start generating war goals against people very quickly. So, who are we going to generate war goals against? Well, Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia, and Czechoslovakia. Maybe Romania, if we get I don't know how to finish that sentence because this is already an insane enough idea. Basically, the plan is to try to gobble up problem parts of Europe, get ourselves some more civilian factories, so that we can be at a point where when the war kicks off, we are, I don't want to say safe, but in a better position than Poland is right now. This is going to be a major gamble. This probably won't work. It's kind of insane to get this aggressive this quickly with Poland. However, we do start out with a pretty sizable army, 40 divisions. That's nothing to shake a finger at. And I believe we have some decent commanders too, yeah. We have a planning guy, we have a combat width guy, defense guy, reconnaissance guy. We can do some damage with Poland's army at this point in the game. We are insufficient on a huge amount of resources. That sucks. Our factories are disasters. That sucks. But other than that, and manpower and all that, other than that, Poland is not doing that bad. So, what are we going to do? Well, you need oil for a navy. We're not going to get oil for our navy. We start out with 10 convoys. That's just going to live for a bit because we're going to basically be trading with the Reich and with the Soviet Union up until the point where everything goes to shit, and then we will stop doing that. So I'm going to arrange our armies, and I will be back once we have arranged those, and then we can hit the clock. Okay, we're back. As everyone runs off to their place of beginning, we find ourselves in a location where we are trading away a lot. That's true. A tremendous amount. That's okay. We're going to, change around our government policies in a bit to a point where we can squeeze a little more out of our factories. We sort of have to trade away a lot because we want to be producing the stuff we need to produce. We're producing artillery even though we don't have it assigned to any units because eventually we're going to want to alter these two to artillery. That's going to help a lot. So now really the name of the game is waiting. Just waiting around, waiting for this thing to tick around. We want to wait for our national foci to come around. Phoebe, get out of the way. So that we can start doing this. When our national foci go, these also give us political power every time. Not this one. This gives us some army experience, which will be really helpful for putting those artilleries in there. This one neither, but this one does too. After that, I think we're going to go over... I don't know if I'm going to go either for this infrastructure and the factories because those are really good, or if I'm just going to go straight for weapons and focus exclusively on stealing. I'm leaning towards that, is just focusing exclusively on taking what we need. What do we got here? Let's check around the world. We got Reichsautobahn. We got Metropolitan France. Finished 5-year plan. Interesting. Not going for the Great Purge right away. That's okay, actually. We want the Soviet Union to be weak at an opportune moment. We want them to be weak when it's good for them to be weak. And that's going to be basically when we start declaring war on the entire world. Everybody here going industrial. That's about right. That's sort of your standard open for a small nation. So it's the Spanish Civil War. Wow. That's really quick. That kicked off right early. Oh my gosh, do you remember our Republican Spain game? It took way longer than that for the Spanish Civil War to start. That's nuts. That's like really, really nuts. But okay, we want the world tension to get to about 10 and then stop. Because once it gets to 10, we can start justifying war on a bunch of people. If it gets any higher than that, really if it gets to 30 is where we don't want it to get that high, because at 30 people can start guaranteeing the independence of nations. Oh, it's 40 actually. I thought it was 30. That's fine. So, Polish militarism, we are flying down the track. We also have enough to modify our government now. Is there anyone who is terribly important for this? Not really. We'll eventually need Josef Haller. We don't really want to change government types. Prince of Terror, not that helpful. Josef Beck, not that helpful. We really want to change our economy law or our limited conscription. We'll need that eventually. You know what? We're going to hang tight because we're going to need this political power for justifications. So, once again, the clock speeds forward. Westwall! Wow! Holding off on remilitarizing. That's interesting. I really, really love playing with historical foci turned off. I just realized I'm not training any troops. So you can watch me screw that up. We need to be doing this. Even though this is going to blast through our manpower and our resources, we really need to be training troops. I love playing with historical foci turned off because it just makes this game bizarre and wacky. There we go. Here comes the Great Purge. How's the Spanish Civil War doing? Looks about the same. Got a little push south from the nationalists. Oh, they're closing up this pocket in the north. If they manage to do that, then they can divert troops. Looks like the Republicans are really, really cocking this one up. Only Germany sending volunteers to nationalist Spain. Interesting. Usually Italy sends some, sometimes even Japan. If you'll remember in our playthrough, both of those countries sent volunteers to nationalist Spain, and we had to fight off the entire world a little early. That sucked. But it is what it is. What would be most useful at this point? Yeah, industry. Always industry. Generally, the country with the most factories wins. I think that's true today. No, that's not true today, because war is weird now. So, world tension still around 2%, and that is just fine by me. What's the UK up to? Motorized army. I had a fun game as the UK. It's really interesting. Because you have nothing, really. You don't have a lot. But as soon as the war kicks off, it's like the entire world sends dudes towards you. Like everybody. Like, boom, here comes the Canadians. Boom, here comes, people from the Raj. It's nuts. Let me just set some battle plans up right now. So I've set my troops up in a way that I'm hoping we can quickly knock out these states while the Czechs give us sort of the most trouble down here. And that's fine. I'm expecting that to happen. The Czechoslovakia has a decent start. You can actually do a pretty good run as Czechoslovakia if you expand down into Hungary and Romania before things start to really kick off. Up here in the north, these little countries, nothing's going to happen up here. The reason I'm invading these countries instead of going the Midzmerde route is that if you're allied with them, you might get 14 divisions total from the 3 of them. That's it. When the war kicks off, that's all they're going to send to you. But, and here comes the big one, if you conquer them, you get their factories. And as we just said, we really desperately need factories. It's a problem. Another problem is that we're still sort of stuck at the bottom here. But, however, we can edit. We can put artillery on our infantry, and that'll be great. That'll be really good. And you know what? While we're at it, we're also going to put an engineer company on here. Or should we put support artillery? Support artillery, that would give us some attack, but it would reduce a lot of our defense. Yeah, we're going to save with engineers on there. Engineers are really useful for a lot of stuff. So we should now be, yes, desperately behind in everything. Our production is lagging extraordinarily. That's not okay, you know, but it is what it is. Let's get some interwar artillery upgrades so that if and when we do actually get artillery, it's useful to us. So, how are we doing in the rest of the world? Rhineland, okay, here we go. What's reinforce the empire? Yes, yes, yes. What's really cool about Rhineland is that you can say no to it if you're France or England. Really, France is the biggest contender. One of the more fun games I had is... So basically, you take everything France has, so all of your little colonial troops, and you put all of them on the Maginot Line. And then when Germany breaks the Rhineland Treaty, you just say, screw you, and invade them. And you can win. You can win that war, actually pretty easily. France at the beginning of the game is kind of a beast, and Germany takes a while to really kick off. The problem with that is that it's sort of really difficult to get that to actually happen the way you want it to happen. Usually the Germans back down, or usually you get locked into an alliance with England, and then Germany backs down, and then sort of the rest of your game is set. But if everything goes exactly right, maybe you do a little save scumming on the side, and wink, wink, nudge, nudge, don't tell anybody, you know, you have a fun game. Japan not pursuing war with Spain, or war with Spain. You imagine war with China. France focusing on bombers. All right, interesting. And we are building faster, which is great. We're going to do excavation, and then next, when we get an industry upgrade, we're going to rush that second construction tech, which will give us a pretty major boost. If you'll notice, our manpower problem has been solved because of that Polish militarism focus. This is like one of my favorite things about this game, is all of the national foci. And I really, really can't wait for more updates and DLCs to come out for this game. I think it's going to be awesome. I cannot wait to see what they have in store. If other countries get special focus trees, Yugoslavia maybe, Romania, Turkey, Spain. Spain could have a great one. Oh, so they remilitarized and the French did nothing. Great. Yeah, I think that would be totally awesome. So, let's take a pause. Because now we have revanchism, so basically as soon as the Spanish Civil Wars end, we can begin a massive justification of war on a lot of people. What do we want to do next? National unity? We have pretty decent national unity. Land fort construction speed? That's pretty helpful, but we're going on the offense. That's not really going to be that tremendous. We could earlier join the Allies. I think it's important right now to really build up this industry. Construction tech, 4-year plan? Or do we want to go over here for central region strategy? Yeah, we're going to go central region strategy. Like I said, factories, you need them. How are we doing on our production? We're doing okay. We're not doing great, but we're doing okay. We're not getting any more military factories online anytime soon until the war is over. The wars are over. So now we can see, now we only need world tension 10% to start justifying. That's some fascist level justification times. Awesome. I know a lot of people like to go fascist, but where's the fun in that? Anybody can become fascist and then just start conquering the rest of the world. No, the true test is to remain neutral and still conquer the world. Waiting on that. How's the rest of our research? 46 days. Less than 46 days. That's okay. We'll go with industry. Always industry, always concentrated. How are we doing? Okay, now Italy's sending some volunteers. Still only the Soviet Union sending volunteers. Well, I think that's going to go the way we think. Oh, look at that pocket, though. Lost some units in there. Look at these pockets. Good for the AI. Boy, the AI is kind of hilariously bad in these recent updates. Like crazy bad. Which is interesting. How are our cavalry? Only 3. Oh my gosh. We should change that. We don't really have the army experience. That's okay. Disregard. So it's nice to see the AI not being absolute garbage. Look, our first civilian factory is going to get built. Beautiful. Ridiculous. We need to start doing some major conquering around here. Great Purge almost done. Working on army innovations. Air doctrine. Service overseas. Good for them. How's Italy doing? Capital ship effort. You know, I read online, apparently capital ships are sort of the only worthwhile navy at this point. All other navy apparently just doesn't work. I don't know about that. I like you saw in the previous game, I am not good at navy at all, like in the slightest bit. I generally tend to just sort of build a navy and throw it out there and then ignore it. Which is why I like paratroopers as opposed to Marines. But apparently I've seen online that if you just build a bunch of battleships, it's the best thing you can do. And Central Region Strategy. Leadership purges in the Soviet Union. Good for them. I hope they all die. Okay. Preparing for the next war is also really good. Land doctrine, land doctrine, land doctrine. Adding some forts. Support artillery. We're not going to get tanks anytime soon. Or motorized anytime soon. Yeah. Keep going with the industry. So now, oh, perfect timing. Look at that. Look at that. 100 days for Construction 2. Rush Construction 2, friends. You want to play Hearts of Iron? You want to be okay at Hearts of Iron? Rush Construction 2. How are we doing? NKVD primacy? That's pretty good. Industrial effort? That's really good. Navy bomber focus? Don't get it. That's a waste of resources, France. What are you going to have to navally bomb? You're going to get invaded. Man, look at Republican Spain hang in there. Good for them. Good for them! How are we doing over here? We got a war in China going yet? We got Marco Polo Bridge? Nope. Come on! Chinese border incident. Let's go. Got to kick this world tension up a little bit so we can start slinging it around. Jeez! Ridiculous. It's like we're sitting here on our butts without anything to do. Because that's exactly what it's like. What else can we talk about? Yeah, so, you know, part of me wants to go for Romania, too, in terms of some conquering. I just don't know if we have the troops for it. Romania has a really strong start in this game, and if you do it right, which it looks like they're doing with the second construction effort, you know, they grow pretty quickly. I'm really hoping that Romania goes democratic or stays democratic, and that way the allies can get their hooks in them. You know, it can go either way. Romania can easily go fascist. They can easily go communist, too. And then we have this massive southern front that we have to deal with, which would suck. Because the goal is to open up both fronts, hopefully so that you can pacify the Soviets and take out the Nazis first, and then you can just sort of hang out here on the Polish border and let the Russians throw their lives away at you. That's the dream. Speaking of the dream, look at this bounce back. Look at these pockets. Man. Germans and Italians just dying in droves in the plains and mountains in Spain. Hilarious. I mean, that's terrible. Death is never funny. But when it's Nazis, at least it's still not funny, but it's Nazis. Like, screw them, right? Come on. All right, expansion to new towns, got some new factories. That's good. See, the problem here is that if we get military factories, you know, we're going to start running out of trade goods. Like, we're already running low on steel, which is insane. Everything we're making costs steel also, so it'd sort of be, you know, counterintuitive. Infrastructure, still military factories. Nah, we need civilian factories, so we're going to go over here, we're going to go to the 4-year plan, and we're going to do that. Oh, look, another unit. Where do you need to go? You need to help with the war in the south. We need as many people at the war in the south as we can get. How are we doing? Armament effort? Industrial effort? Things not really kicking off yet. Heavy bomber effort. Again, I don't know what's up with France. They seem to think that they're going to be ruling the skies in this game. I'll believe it when I see it. Look at this. East versus West. They just had this one gigantic front. Oh, nationalists creeping up in the south. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Take the port. Take the port. Or don't, really. I don't want the nationalists to win here. I don't really want anybody to win here. I want the war to be over, but if there was a way for neither of these sides to win, I'd appreciate it. Army air. Things are slow this game. Things are real slow this game. Real slow. How are we doing? Is it time yet? Nope. We're never going to go improved artillery because we don't have anything for it. Improved machine tools, yes. Slow start. Everyone is just sort of very hesitant to go to war, which is bizarre because that's the only thing we want to do in this game is go to war. War. Weird. If we get another one... Oh, no, we can afford additional military factories. Because this won't start going... Oh, no, that would go up. Because I'm not paying attention. Classic Adam, not paying attention. Yeah, so we need resources, and we need civilian factories. We need this to start going faster. And we need world tension to go up. I want the world to explode. Come on, give it to me. Look at that. Split. Oh. It's games like this that make me wish I could participate in the Spanish Civil War. Like I said when we played last time, it's sort of my favorite part of the game. You know, it's like, it's not low stakes, but it's if you're Spain, it's not low stakes at all. But if you're Germany or if you're Russia, it's low stakes enough that you can just really sort of have a ball. And if you're doing it right, you've sent tanks and motorized infantry down there, so you can just literally run circles on enemy troops, which is hilarious. Civilian factories. Look at this freaking political power. Hilarious. That's so funny. Pass on Construction 3. Construction 3 just gives you improved repair time, which we will need when we do start our conquering. But for now, it's not terribly useful. Treaty with USSR. That's not terribly good, because it means that we might find ourselves in a situation where we're facing down both of them. We'll see. Like I said, this game will most likely end in disaster, and that's okay. That's what we're going for here, friends. We're looking to mess some stuff up and cause some trouble, and then what happens happens. But we need things to kick off fast, because as they start to move down the line, they will, you know, basically if they get Anschluss, things get scary. Because if they get Anschluss, then they will probably be able to start taking stuff from Czechoslovakia before we will have the opportunity to justify. And that's bad. That's real bad news. Real bad news bears, my friends. Okay, Chinese border incident. Finally, things start to heat up a bit. I had a really fun game as China, and then a really disastrous game as China. recommended. If you haven't played as China or even the PRC, great fun as PRC, sort of slowly eating away at nationalist China. I had this great game where what you do is, if you boost communist popularity in China, as they get a certain level, the states will defect to you. And the first thing that happened in my game is that this state here, Beijing, defected. And so did Hebei. So it was like, it was impossible for Japan to declare war on China because they didn't have a border with them. It was amazing. So basically, I was able to just beef myself up for a year, a whole year, before the Japanese dared to approach me. And at that point, it was just like there was nothing doing. Oh, look at that! It's over. It's over. They're gonna try to keep this pocket open, but they're running away from it. It's over. Nationalist Spain wins. GG. Italians trying to get in on Yugoslavia. Don't like that. Do not like that at all. The Southern Army. So how are we doing here now? Still got Italy guaranteeing Albania. No guarantees yet, that's good, but no ability to justify yet. Marco Polo Bridge, how are we doing? Air innovations. So I'm okay with that. Albanian occupation. What's this going to do? Does that increase world tension? It might. I hope it does. Got the Spanish Civil War marching to close, but not there yet. Nope, nothing doing. Hang in there, friends. Hang in there. Gonna be another long one. I hope you're tucked in for a nice long video with your boy Scob. Ha-cha-cha. Reinforced Soviet border. World tension. Yeah, we get one. This is interesting to sit, for me at least. It's interesting to sit here and play like this because you're so rarely rooting for everything to explode. You know, usually you want things to take their time because, you know, you're Germany and you're just building up, or you're France and you're building up, or you're anyone and you're building up. But Poland, like I said, starts out with a pretty big army, and we need to sling it around in order for this game to be a success. And even then, there's absolutely no guarantee that this game will be a success. In fact, it's still pretty highly unlikely. I have played Poland probably 3 or 4 times at this point. Let's see. Had one game, got wrecked, just straightened throughout, got wrecked. Had another one where I successfully beat the Nazis, but then Italy joined the Axis, and I was unable to close the war, and I just had revolts every single day, and then the Soviets steamrolled me. And then basically every other game as Poland has been some iteration of that, as getting far and then getting wrecked. I have never tried it this way, where we just swing it around as hard as we can at the beginning of the game in an attempt to get some goodies. An aggressive Poland. Can you imagine? Can you imagine the world? I can't, because who the hell knows what would have happened? Not me. We could speculate. I mean, first of all, if Poland had invaded Czechoslovakia, that would have been... there would have been war right there anyways. Great Britain was not going to let anything happen to their buddies, the Czechs. Yeah, we're going to go for a military factory because it'll pave the way for some better stuff. Zog submits. Submit, Zog. We can go early mobilization. We need the factories. Then we got 11 churning away. That's pretty good. What's Italy doing now? Air, Navy. Encourage colonial elite. It's a good focus. Ocean-going Navy. Good luck with that, Soviet Union. Is it time? Is it time to go? Boy, it's not time for anything. Yeah, I guess so. Mechanical computing is the best we can do. I guess we'll be having another research slot soon enough. As world tension climbs up. Okay, war with China. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Some real disaster, catastrophe level world politics. burning, bad stuff. Real messed up, nightmare level, horrible atrocities. Yeah, defend your border, Czech Republic, Czechoslovakia. Czech Republic doesn't exist yet, because it's happening. It's happening, yo. Okay, Spanish Civil War about to end. I need to be ready with the space bar, so I'm just gonna scoot up here. Hi there, friends. It's the Scob channel. We're here, ready with the space bar, so that we can pause the game when this war ends, because we're gonna need to do so immediately, so that we can start doing some major justification, some major, triple, quadruple justification, simultaneous justification of war. One of my favorite features in Paradox games, that you can just sort of pretend that you have a casus belli for another country, because that's what happened. That is absolutely what would have happened, is that they would have just sort of been like, hey, what you have, technically ours, and then you go to war. People are fickle, is the moral of the story. An unfortunate moral. Very fickle. Guess no. I guess we can start improving our infantry equipment a little early. Who's gonna win that? Oh, Republicans hanging in there. Just barely. It's just Barcelona. It's exclusively Barcelona. They're never coming back from this, even though they got a nice little pocket there. Yeah, see, Japan's sending dudes now. You can't. I mean, you can, because we did it. But you can't hold that off. You cannot expect the AI in Hearts of Iron 4 to win that. Okay. Hold. Hang the hell on. Relax. Everyone be cool. So we've got Japan. They're thinking about going to war with China. They're probably going to do it. We have an additional military factory, and we desperately need artillery. And that does not bump us over the top in terms of our civilian factories. Tremendous. The space bar. Okay. Everyone relax. Here we go. Conquer. How about that one? It's going to take 170 days. But only 34 political power, so that's good. Okay. Sure, why not Eastern Slovakia? Okay. So that's bumped world tension up to 17%. It's going to take 170 days for all of our justifications to come to fruition. That's a long time. Hopefully, it's not so long that we are just completely unable to back that up. But it might be. We have 167 political power left. Do we want a theorist? That might be helpful. Beef up our units. Or do we want to just go for... Yeah, because that'll be time. We'll get the theorist. We want the military stuff. Japan has declared war on China. That bumps world tension up to 28%. We want it to stay under 40. We desperately want world tension to stay under 40. They're going to coerce Turkey. Let's build relations with the United Kingdom. Hey, buddies. Remember us? Poland. Everybody's best friend. You remember Poland. Good old Poland. Ha. Everybody likes Poland. Nobody wants to guarantee nations that Poland is trying to invade, right? This is the moment of truth. This is what determines whether or not this game becomes a scrap pile that I might not even upload, or something fun. Could go either way, you know? Could really go either way. Boy, Czechoslovakia has got a lot of dudes. They's got a lot of dudes. Good one, Adam. How's the Soviet Union? NKVD divisions befriending Japan. That's standard. Yes, we must ready the people for war. So China, they went with the People's United Front. Chinese United Front, good for them. How's the war going? Bad. Rule number 1, playing China. Don't let Japan establish a naval foothold. Which they will try to do. And if successful, will wreck you. Just completely and totally. Absolutely wreck you. It's not good. We're missing support equipment. Pretty much exclusively support equipment. So we're going to pull some off and put it on there. Because we need it. And we need the dudes. And I guess we could dump them out. Yeah, dump them out. Everybody get out there. How about we go steal us some support equipment? How about that? Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and preemptively send our planes down into Czechoslovakia because I am most worried about them. As I said, I am not terribly worried about running through Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia. Just not. But look at the Czechs. Look at all their stuff. They got tanks. They actually have a decent amount of tanks. It's not good. But you know what? We're a person who can think. And oh my God, this is insane. Good for the Republicans. Don't give up, boys. Yeah, we're a person who can think, so we can deal with some Czech tanks. British exerting influence in Turkey. Good for them. Good for them. Yeah, we want some land doctrine. Prepare for the next war, which is now a real significant issue and not just a pretend one. So these cavalry need to be beefed up because they're just dudes on horses. They're not going to get anywhere. At least know where we want them to go. Good, good. Yes. Work, my beautiful factories. Churn. Churn the iron into terrible, deadly war weapons. Ugh, double foothold. That sucks, China. But it is your fault, so what are you going to do about it? Okay. We're going to pause it here for a second. On the eve of war, we're going to come back next time, mainly so this isn't a 2-hour episode. Okay, thank you. Hope you liked what you saw. Welcome back to the Scob channel. Hope you liked some more Return of Hearts of Iron. I know people were talking about it. Like, comment, and subscribe. Tell your friends. See ya!